I don't care how long you're doing this or how elaborate your shop is, the kitchen table is the classic place to rebuild a carburetor. And for you first timers who are just actually getting into this and trying to master the art of rebuilding a carburetor, it really is that simple. Take it apart, clean everything, put it back together again. But what they don't tell you anywhere, and especially you're not going to find it in any of the instructions, is where the problems generally happen. Okay, so a carburetor has been sitting forever, like this Holly, this little 1820 Holly, an old Chrysler product. And you can see what it looks like inside, right? I mean, it's a disaster. So you're going to take it all apart, and you're going to clean up all the pieces, and you're going to soak them in carb cleaner, or however you're going to do it. And you're going to blow out the big passages with compressed air if you've got it. But where the problem with almost every single carburetor that's been sitting for any amount of time happens is in the idle passages. And no matter how long you soak it, no matter how much compressed air you blow through it, you're not going to clean them out. The passages are too small. They're only a few thousandths of an inch in diameter. And once that gasoline or whatever it is solidifies and turns to gack inside there, it becomes impenetrable. And that's where this comes in. This is the universal carburetor cleaning tool. A bristle from a wire brush, like this one, is all you need. Now, every carburetor is a little bit different. They all have different configurations, but they all have tiny low-speed passages. On a Holly, you'll find them in the metering block, the primary metering block. If you go and you Google fuel flow through primary metering block on a Holly, you'll see which are the low-speed passages, and those are the ones that you have to go through with the wire brush. On these AFB, Edelbrock, AVS type carburetors, you'll find them in the booster bodies. It's these passages here. And again, you're going to pass the wire brush through all of these little, the wire bristle through all of these little orifices and clean them out. Some of them are a little tricky, like this Holly, and that's why these carburetors never run right. I'm going to show you why. The low-speed passage, so this is the metering block for the little Holly here, and the low-speed passage is actually hidden. It's underneath this lead plug that they stick in there. And what you've got to do is you've got to actually dig the plug out. I'm not going to be able to do it like this, but you've got to dig this plug out of here, and then you'll see that there's a passage that goes straight down and into the main jet over here, joins. That's where you have to pass the wire through that. When you're all finished with it, don't worry about putting lead over it. What I do with these is cut a little piece of aluminum like over a can, and JB weld that over the top of the metering block, let it sit for a few hours, and then put it back together again, good as new. But that's it. Like I said, you're not going to find any of this in the instruction manual. You're not going to, this is something that you just have to know about, and you have to go through it. And that's the difference between having a carburetor that works right the first time and one that you got to go through 100 times and finally toss it in the trash and buy a new one.